हरे कृष्णा। अभी गीता का क्लास हो रहा है। वो दर्शन तो 8 बजे होगा, अभी होगा, अभी बंद हो गया। लेकिन गीता का क्लास हो रहा है, आप उसको कर सकते हैं attend।
Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our daily evening Bhagavad Gita class. We have these classes going on every evening. So we'll begin with some prayers to invoke auspiciousness. If you know these prayers, you may sing along with me, you may just listen to them. They are very beautiful. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Jayam Rupa Kadam Swapadam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Shri Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Vrishabham Sute Devi Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachare Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Archatyadevatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna everyone please Krishna Krishna
हरे हरे, हरे
Hare
राम
Rama
हरे राम, राम राम
Rama
हरे हरे। हरे
Hare
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा
Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे। हरे
Hare
राम
Rama
हरे राम, राम राम
Rama
हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are going to have this Bhagavad Gita class. So today's verse will be 12.6 and 7. And we have a very wonderful Vaishnava here, this great Shivas Chandra Prabhu. So he'll be taking class. He's from Facebook, Meta. He's working there. And he's been practicing Krishna consciousness for more than 10 years also. Almost like 15 years, 15 years almost. So it's like almost 1.5 decades. So very experienced and very wonderful devotee. So we'd like to hear from Prabhuji. So we'd like to welcome him by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this session happens every day, 6:30 to 7:10. And then we'll be having also chanting. So you all can participate in this short session plus chanting session. So Hare Krishna. So over to Shivas Chandra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone, those of you who are here in the temple hall, as well as those of you who have joined us online. I hope we are audible to all those of you who have joined online.
Yes, audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So we'll be reading from Bhagavad Gita, text 12.6 and 7. We are referring to this particular edition of Bhagavad Gita, or the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And yeah, we will read the Sanskrit, the translation of those original Sanskrit verses, as well as the commentary, the purport that expands on those verses, that explain the verses further and how to apply them. So, please repeat after me, line by line. So, in the small copy that we are carrying, what's the page number? 598. Okay, yeah. So, for those who are online, we will also share the screen. Seven to 7:10. Okay, sure. For those who are online, just okay. So at 7:40, we will have another session. Yeah. Sure. Now, for those who have joined online, we are sharing my screen, and I hope you are able to see. Okay. So please repeat after me. We'll go line by line. ये तो सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता संसारसागरात् कालेन चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्. Okay, would anyone else like to lead? You will follow. So, ये तो सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्. We'll read the translation in purport. Translation. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being fully devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Prithvi, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So, would someone like to read? Adarsh, would you like to read? There are 3 paragraphs. I think everyone can read one paragraph. Yeah, perfect.
It is specifically stated here that the devotees are very fortunate to be delivered very soon from material existence by the Lord. In pure devotional service, one comes to the realization that God is great and that the individual soul is subordinate to Him. His duty is to render service to the Lord, and if he does not, then he will render service to man. Next paragraph. As stated before, the Supreme Lord can be appreciated only by devotional service. Therefore, one should be fully devoted. One should fix his mind fully on Krishna in order to achieve him. One should work on his Krishna. It does not matter in what kind of work one engages, but that work should be done only for Krishna. That is the standard of devotional service. The devotee does not desire any achievement other than pleasing the supreme personality of Godhead. His life's mission is to please Krishna, and he can sacrifice everything for Krishna's satisfaction, as is Arjuna did in the battle of Kurukshetra. The process is very simple. One can devote himself in his occupation and engage at the same time in the saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. The special and chanting attracts the devotee to the personality of God. The next slide. The Supreme Lord
In the Varaha Puran, this verse appears. Nayami paramam sthanam archirari gatim vinam garuda skandham aropya yathecham anivarita. The purport of this verse is that a devotee does not need to practice Ashtanga Yoga in order to transfer his soul to the spiritual planets. The responsibility is taken by the Supreme Lord Himself. He clearly states here that He Himself becomes the deliverer. A child is completely cared for by his parents, and thus his position is secure. Similarly, a devotee does not need to endeavor to transfer himself by yoga practice to other planets. Rather, the Supreme Lord, by His great mercy, comes at once riding on His bird carrier Garuda and at once delivers the devotee from material existence. Although a man who has fallen in the ocean may struggle very hard and may be very expert in swimming, he cannot save himself. But if someone comes and picks him up from the water, then he is easily rescued. Similarly, the Lord picks up the devotee from this material existence. One simply has to practice the easy process of Krishna consciousness and fully engage himself in devotional service. Any intelligent man should always prefer the process of devotional service to all other paths. Okay, so we'll pause here, just in the interest of time, so that we have enough time for elaborating on the wonderful content of these verses. Okay, so in the English language, we hear of this term called street smart. Have all of you come across this word, street smart? I'm sure everyone here must have heard of this word, street smart. In one or two sentences, would you like to define what meaning is evoked in your mind when you hear the word street smart? What comes to mind?
Means to know how things work and you are clever enough to have your way through it. Like, so how you like if somebody is trying to like perceive you, but you know that I know how to make do this and also you have some personal it attracts other people.
Yeah. So basically, you know how things work and nobody can cheat you. Nobody can deceive you. Wonderful. Yeah. Anyone else?
We will go back to immediately basically by presence of mind.
Achieving goals through intelligent presence of mind. Yeah, efficiently and intelligently achieving the goals. Wonderful. Anyone online? Asha or Rudra? Okay. So, yeah, all of you gave a very nice definition of street smart. So, yeah, street smart is somebody who knows how to navigate the streets of this material world. Therefore, the term street smart. However, the scriptures inform us that we are not just on streets, we are in an ocean. What kind of ocean? The ocean of samsara, the ocean of birth and death, the ocean of trials and tribulations, the ocean of temptations. We are swimming in this ocean. And to swim in this ocean, it's not really sufficient to be merely street smart. To swim in this ocean of samsara, this ocean of worldly existence, we need another kind of smartness. What is that? Ocean smartness. Being street smart, it's nice, it's good, but not enough. It will not help us navigate through this ocean of material existence. But what will help us? Welcome, Hare Krishna. We are having a class on Bhagavad Gita. So, street smartness, mere street smartness, it can help us navigate the streets of this world. But this world in itself is not merely made up of some streets. The scriptures compare this world to an ocean, the ocean of samsara, the ocean of birth and death, the ocean of temptations, the ocean of trials and tribulations. And to navigate this ocean, what helps us is ocean smartness. What is that ocean smartness? Who are the ocean smart people? What are their characteristics? We just saw in this verse. Lord Krishna says, can we all go back to the translation of these two verses that we just read? And we just read Bhagavad Gita 12.6 and 7. Okay, so now let's see who can, I'm sharing the screen again. Okay, from the translation of these verses, can you identify some verbs or some adjectives that characterize an ocean smart person? What does an ocean smart person do? Devoted to Krishna. Then you may even go in sequence as we read through the translation. What are the verbs or adjectives that may be indicative of being an ocean smart person? They worship Krishna, yes. They worship Krishna. They give up, or basically they offer or they surrender all their activities to Lord Krishna. Yeah. Anyone else?
They devote themselves in the service for the Lord in meditate or something.
Yeah. So Krishna is saying, being devoted to me without deviation. Yeah, as Adarsh Prabhu paraphrased it, they devote themselves to Krishna without deviation. Then what else? Someone online, you may feel free to unmute yourself and speak up. I hope those of you who are online are able to see the screen and able to also audibly hear whatever is being discussed. Okay, what else? What other qualities we see? Yeah, they are always thinking of Lord Krishna. And then what does Lord Krishna do in reciprocation? Yeah, he comes and picks them up from this ocean of birth and death, this ocean of samsara, this ocean of this cycle of samsara. Yeah. So we are discussing verses 6 and 7 from chapter 12. In that edition, it may be different. Okay. So, yes, based on this verse, we saw some characteristics of an ocean smart person. So, we just discussed that being street smart is nice. It helps us navigate the streets of this world. But this world itself is not merely made up of some streets. The scriptures call this world Bhavsagar, or an ocean of samsara, an ocean of birth and death. And to navigate through this ocean of birth and death, we need something called ocean smartness. And those who are ocean smart, they are Lord Krishna comes and picks them up from this ocean, and they can successfully cross this ocean. So now, let's see some examples of those who were ocean smart in the past and try to derive some wonderful lessons from their lives. And let's see how we can apply them, how we too can become ocean smart. So, do you see this picture above me here? Okay, who are these personalities sitting in? For those online, let me just move the camera a little. This picture up here. There's someone sitting on the throne there, and then someone sitting and listening to him. And there are many other audiences also sitting around him. So, yes, we see in the picture, there's a speaker sitting on the throne there. His name is Shukdev Goswami. He is the son of Ved Vyas. And the primary listener in the audience, who is sitting right in front of him, is King Parikshit. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. And Bhagavad Gita is words spoken by God himself. But there's another wonderful scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of examples of those people or devotees who lived by the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, who practiced it, who exemplified it to the highest degree. The Srimad Bhagavatam is full of such examples. And who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam? Shukdev Goswami, sitting there on the throne in that picture. Shukdev Goswami is the son of Ved Vyas, or Vyasdev himself. And who is the primary listener there? Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, who was he? He was the grandson of Arjuna. Arjun heard the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, and Parikshit Maharaj heard the Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukdev Goswami. So Parikshit Maharaj, he just had 7 days to live. Due to some arrangement, he was cursed to die in 7 days. For a very small mistake he made, he received a very heavy curse. We won't get into the exact story of how that happened. But he had only 7 days to live. What is the best use he made of those 7 days? By completely absorbing himself in Krishna Katha. What is Krishna Katha? Krishna Katha is topics about God. The Bhagavad Gita is also Krishna Katha in one sense. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha could either mean words spoken by God, by Krishna, or words about God. So Bhagavad Gita is spoken by God himself, the song of God, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, भगवान ने गाया हुआ गीत, that is Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. And Srimad Bhagavatam is words spoken about God and about lovers of God, God's devotees. So that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So both the Bhagavad Gita as well as Srimad Bhagavatam, they are Krishna. So what is the best? The primary listener in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj, he made best use of his time by constantly sitting and just listening to topics about Krishna. So he plugged himself completely into Krishna. And by doing that, what did he become? He became ocean smart. He exercised this quality of ocean smartness. And at the end of those 7 days, he crossed over this ocean of material existence. He attained spiritual perfection. He was taken by Lord Krishna himself out of this cycle of birth and death, out of this cycle of misery and challenges and tribulations. So, thus, by plugging himself constantly into Krishna Katha, he became ocean smart and he crossed over this ocean of worldly existence. Now, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's divided into 12 cantos. And first 9 cantos are about various incarnations of God. But the 10th canto is all about Lord Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the primary literature from where we know all the stories of Lord Krishna. Whatever other comic books or other texts are created which describe the activities of Lord Krishna, they all derive from Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's the original text. So at the start of the 10th canto, by then already maybe 5 days may have passed easily. Parikshit Maharaj just had 2 to 3 days left in his life. And before the curse would act on him and he would have to leave this world. So he just had 2 or 3 days. Already he had been sitting there for 4 to 5 days easily. There's no approximate, there's no exact number of days known how much time he had spent, but he had already been sitting for at least 4 days. And how was he sitting there? He was sitting and listening with rapt attention. He wasn't eating at all. He was completely fasting from both food as well as water. And when the 10th canto begins, by then, as I described, already 4 to 5 days had passed. Parikshit Maharaj gives assurance to the speaker, to his teacher, to Shukdev Goswami. He says, Naishadi duksaha chunnam yakto dhamapibadhate pivantam tvanmukham bhoja chutam harikatham ritam. So, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, even though hunger and thirst are so difficult to tolerate, close to impossible to tolerate, it's really difficult to tolerate them, right? Have you ever done nirjal fasting for the whole day, not having any food as well as not having water also? We do it once a year. There's one Ekadashi, we fast completely from food as well as water. It becomes difficult, very difficult. Even on the day of Janmashtami, we fast till 12 midnight. On Narsimha Chaturdashi, till dusk. On Gaur Purnima, the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, we fast till the moon becomes visible in the horizon. We fast from both food and water. It becomes difficult. It is challenging. Now can you imagine Parikshit Maharaj? He has already been sitting there, continuously listening for 4 to 5 days without any food, without any water. And yet, what is he saying to Shukdev Goswami? He's saying, although these forces of hunger and thirst are extremely difficult to tolerate, close to impossible to tolerate, but they are not troubling him. He's giving assurance to his teacher. Please don't worry, they are not troubling him. Why? Because I'm drinking Pibantam. I'm getting to drink Twan Mukham Bhoja. Twan Mukham Bhoja Chutam. I'm getting to drink beautiful birds emanating from your mouth, from your beautiful lotus-like mouth. And what are those beautiful words? Harikatha, which is like nectar. Harikatha Amritam. He just doesn't say Harikatha, he says Harikatha Amritam. Because I'm getting to drink the Amrit Harikatha, which is coming from your mouth. So those who drink this Harikatha through their ears, they become ocean smooth. They become eligible across this ocean. It's a very, very effective way of becoming ocean smooth. What is it? Drink this nectar of Harikatha. Shukdev Goswami drank it. Parikshit Maharaj drank this nectar of Harikatha. And he could tolerate the pangs of hunger, thirst, discomfort, institute because of fasting. He could- Yeah, yeah. So, Parikshit Maharaj became ocean smart. Once again, I will show this. Please have a careful look at this picture on top here. There's a speaker, and there's a primary listener, and there are many other listeners as well. So the speaker is Shukdev Goswami, and the primary listener is Parikshit Maharaj, the grandson of Arjuna. Now, okay, maybe I'll share one more story and then one thought to take back with this. Prayer, meditation to take back with this. And then we will actually practice meditation and drink another form of nectar of God's holy name, which also makes us ocean smart. So, Vedas, the author of most of our scriptures, he is the author of all the Vedic literature, except Ramayana. Ramayana was written by Valmiki and a few others, but majority of the Vedic scriptures have been written by Vedas. Vedas, after writing all the Vedas, Upanishads, and so on, he still was dissatisfied. So his guru came, visited him. Narad Muni was his guru. Narad Muni visited him, and Vedas requested Narad Muni to please diagnose the issue in me. Why am I dissatisfied, even though I have written these beautiful spiritual literatures? So Narad Muni told him, that is because you are dissatisfied because you haven't written any literature which exclusively glorifies Krishna, Hari, God. In all the literatures, you have mixed them with some of the other worldly knowledge, some of the other worldly rituals. Scriptures do contain worldly rituals. Scriptures are for all types of people. Scriptures are compared to a desire tree. What is a desire tree? Anybody who approaches a desire tree will have some of his or her desires fulfilled. No matter what we approach our desire tree for, our desires will be fulfilled. So similarly, scriptures are compared to a desire tree. No matter what level of persons approach the scriptures, they will always have something or the other to take back with themselves. So scriptures address all types of people. But then Vedas, while addressing all other types of people, he forgot, he just missed addressing the highest category of spiritualists who simply like to relish topics about God, who simply like to drink Harikatha, who simply like to be ocean smart. So he hadn't addressed them. So Narad Muni told him to write a scripture which exclusively glorifies God, topics about God. And thus came this literature called Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this conversation between Narad Muni and Vedas, Narad Muni also happens to tell Vedas his own story, the story of his own past life, how he became so great, how he became so spiritually advanced. Narad Muni shares that story with Vedas. So he informs him. Narad Muni, in his previous life, was born as the son of a maid servant, a simple poor maid servant. He had no father. The mother was just raising him. She was a single mother. What is that what you would say? Yeah. So Narad Muni, the boy in his previous life, was fatherless. His mother was raising him. She was working in some sort of a Vedic school as a maid servant. And it was rainy season. The school was completely off, and nobody else was there. Just this maid servant and her son were there. And at that time, four saints, four or I don't know the exact number, they came to that Vedic school just to take shelter because it was rainy season. And during rainy season, even traveling monks or traveling saints, they don't travel much. They just stay in one place and they absorb themselves in spiritual topics. So these four or whatever number of saints came there, and this maid servant was very humble and with great faith, serving them, attending to their needs, cooking for them, making sure that all their other needs were met. And along with her, her little 5-year-old son was also assisting. So while assisting his mother in serving these great saints, this small boy, he developed attraction toward these great saints. And he really loved being around them, being in their company, listening to them, just sitting by their side and listening to their talks. He developed such a taste. Uh, he developed a taste in topics about God. He developed a taste in Harikatha. So as he spent more and more time with them, he himself became very spiritually advanced. And then after the 4 months of rainy season were over, these saints, they again moved on. So this small boy, yeah, he felt a little sad seeing their departure when they departed. And then life continued. But shortly after that, his mother was, while she went out to milk a cow, I think it was later in the night, it was dark. She went out, one day she went out to milk a cow in the dark, and she was bitten by a snake, a poisonous snake, and she died. So after she died, this small boy, of course, he felt bad that his mother left him, but he did not lose hope. Even in that loss, can you imagine a small 5-year-old boy at such a tender age losing his mother? He already did not have a father, and he lost his mother as well, his only support in life. And yet, he's seeing it with a positive vision. In that so-called loss, he saw God's mercy. He thought, maybe this is God's arrangement to help me fully become detached from this world and fully focus on spiritual activities. So he uh, left from there, kept walking. He passed through many cities, towns, very advanced civilizations, metropolitan areas. He came across many temptations as well, but he straight kept moving toward a holy destination he wanted to go to. And at one point, he sat under a tree. He freshened himself near a water body, drank some water, took a bath, felt fresh, and he sat under a tree meditating. As he was meditating, he saw God in his vision. He saw Krishna in his beautiful form. He saw Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. And as he got this darshan of Lord Vishnu, all his senses became so enlivened. He felt unprecedented joy, a joy that cannot be experienced in any activity of this world, be it nice romance with some member of the opposite gender or any type of pleasure of this world cannot compare with that pleasure with that which that young boy experienced when he got this darshan of Lord Vishnu and Krishna, all his senses became so enlivened. And then, shortly after that, he lost that vision. He was sitting with his eyes closed, seeing this darshan of Krishna, but he lost it soon. And he became perturbed, as if somebody may feel disturbed after having obtained something very precious and then losing it. One feels disturbed, right? Having obtained something very precious and then losing it. So he felt perturbed. And then he was searching around, oh, why am I not seeing that beautiful personality again? The Lord, my Master, my Lord, the Lord of my life. Why am I not seeing him again? So he was perturbed, he was looking around. And then he heard a very deep and soothing voice. That was the voice of God. Krishna spoke to him. My dear boy, I regret to inform you that in this life, you will not see me again. Because uh, those who are not fully purified can hardly see me. Whatever you saw me right now, however much you got to see me right now, was just to increase your hankering for me. But if you continue living this pure way of life, being fully focused, spiritually focused, at the end of this life, you will attain perfection. And as it was promised by the Lord, that small boy, he lived his life. It is not mentioned how much he lived, how many more years he lived. That's not very relevant. But however much he lived a life of meaning. Not just a long life, just dragging on with life, with some degree, with some job, with some bank balance. He lived a life of meaning, a life of complete focus on God, a life of Krishna, constantly being plugged into Krishna. He lived that meaningful life. And at the end of that life, he attained spiritual perfection. When he left that body, he appeared as Narad Muni, the son of Brahma, in a spiritual body. Narad Muni does not have a material body like you and I have. Our bodies are made of perishable substances, decaying perishable substances, which become old with time. Our bodies become old, right? No matter whether somebody is a beauty queen or a very handsome young man, so our material bodies become old with time. But Narad Muni, he received a spiritual body, and in that spiritual body, now Narad Muni, as Narad Muni, he is describing this story to Vedas. And then, why did we describe this whole story? The main intention was to come to this conclusion. So Narad Muni, he tells Vedas, and now I just travel everywhere, carrying this veena with me, vibrating it, glorifying Krishna. This veena was personally gifted by God, by Krishna to me. And whenever I vibrate this veena, singing the glories of Krishna, he at once appears on the seat of my heart. The seat, not the seed, seat, as if in our heart, as if there's a seat, imagine there's a seat, and we are inviting God to come and take a seat there. How wonderful it would be if God permanently takes a seat there within our heart. How wonderful it would be if we invite God into the throne of our heart and throw away all other garbage that we may be carrying in our consciousness. So Narad Muni says, as soon as I vibrate this veena and sing his glories, he at once appears on the seat of my heart as if called from. And now, what a wonderful concluding statement he makes. Narad Muni says, this comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 6th chapter, 34th verse. एतद्ध्यातुरचित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छयामुः भवसिन्धुप्लवो दृष्टो हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्. Narad is saying to Vedas, it is personally experienced by me that those who are always filled with anxieties and tensions about this world, because of the desires they have to enjoy things of this world. Naturally, when our minds are filled with desires to enjoy things of this world, what happens as a natural byproduct of that? Our minds become filled with anxieties and tensions. Imagine some boy, just you may even flip the example. Imagine some boy falls in love with some girl, so-called love. Do you think he'll be in a very happy and ecstatic state? No, he's in a hankering state. Oh, will that girl say yes to me? Oh, will I get to meet her? And likewise, you may even flip that example. So, when our minds are filled with desires for enjoying the things of this world, our minds are filled with anxieties and tensions. But Narad Muni is saying, it is personally experienced by me and seen by me. Narad Muni is a universal traveler. He travels not just all over this world, travels all over the universe, the material universe, sharing the message of God with all types of living entities, populating all types of planets and moons and stars and whatever, wherever there is life. He goes there and he preaches to them. And he is sharing his personal experience. Narad Muni is saying, it is personally experienced by me that those who are always filled with anxieties and tensions, for them, there is a suitable boat that can help them cross this ocean of tribulations and anxieties. And what is that? Haricharya. Haricharyamavarana. Haricharya or Harikatha. So Narad Muni is comparing Harikatha to a boat that can help us cross this ocean of material existence. So after sharing his own story with Vedas, Narad Muni is making this concluding statement. This Harikatha is like a very wonderful boat that can help us cross this ocean of material existence, this Bhavsagar, this Samsar Sagar. Harikatha is a boat that can help us become ocean smart. And it will take us beyond mere street smartness. So we began our talk by reading these two verses from Bhagavad Gita, 12.6 and 7. And then we discussed how the difference between street smartness versus ocean smartness. And then we saw how Parikshit Maharaj became ocean smart by fully getting absorbed in Harikatha. We heard the story of Narad Muni and the concluding statement he makes about how Harikatha is a suitable boat that can help them cross this ocean of material existence. And now we will end with one thought for you to carry. Then we will actually practice something that can help us become ocean smart day by day. So here's one thought to carry away. Every day, we all step out, right? Maybe many of you are coming from offices. Many of you may be coming from your universities. Anybody here coming from some office to the temple? Okay, the road. Anybody here coming from some university after attending classes? Wonderful, most of you, all of you are students here. So, yeah, every day we step out, we go and do some activities in this world, and eventually, where do we come back? Where do we go eventually, finally, at the end of the day? Home, right? We go home. Everyone goes to their own home. Now, after leaving from the temple, all of you will go home, most likely. Or you may go elsewhere and then go home. So, you all go home. So, just like for the physical body, there is a home. What is the home for our inner life? What is the home for our mind, for our thoughts? What is the home for our attention, our feelings? May Lord Krishna be the home of our thoughts, our feelings, our desires. That is one wonderful meditation we can carry with us. In fact, last Janmashtami onward, I have been praying like this. My dear Lord Krishna, please become the home of my thoughts. our thoughts also wander away here and there, right? Yeah, and we do have to invest our thoughts in various things of this world. If somebody is anybody engineer here, yeah, me too, software. So we have to invest our thoughts in writing some code, whatever language we are recording in Java, Python, C++, whatever. We have to invest our thoughts. But what is the home for our thoughts? What should be the ideal home for our thoughts? Let us make Lord Krishna the home of our thoughts. Yes, thoughts will go away here and there. We have to do just like we step out to go to the office, but eventually come back home for the physical body. Likewise, for our mind, let our mind also have a wonderful home. Like Lord Krishna is that wonderful home. Let him become the home of our thoughts. Let our thoughts come back again and again to Lord Krishna. And if we do that, I can assure you, I can promise you, all of us can easily become ocean smart. Let us pray that may this wonderful Lord Krishna become the home of our thoughts. Okay, we will end here. We will chant for some time now, and then we will have some reflections from everyone. Those of you who are online, please continue staying on the call. We will chant together. We chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's a very powerful mantra. You may feel free to even stand if your legs are paining, or you may feel free to stretch your legs. So let us chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We will chant one full round, and then we will take some reflections based on today's session. Okay. So before we chant, there's one small mantra, Panchatattva mantra, which invokes auspiciousness. You can say that after me, but when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, I'm sure all of you know it, we will chant together in unison. And we will chant with our eyes closed. Let us pronounce the mantra well with our mouth, because chanting with the mouth is effective. It's all the more engaging because our tongue is also engaged in vibrating the mantra. Then, our ears also, what we are pronouncing with our mouth falls on our ears. So our ears also get engaged. And let us keep our ears very alert in hearing the mantra. So, yes, let's chant with our mouth. Let's just focus on hearing the mantra. Let's put aside all other thoughts about job, sports, relatives, friends, issues with in some relationship or whatever. Let us keep all those thoughts aside. Thoughts about promotion in the office or whatever, job search, let's keep all those thoughts aside. Let's pronounce the mantra well and let's chant with energy and enthusiasm. This is a very powerful way of becoming ocean smart. So, yes, let us chant. Okay, what are the 3 powerful ways we discussed in today's class of becoming ocean smart? One is Harikatha, yes. And in that connection, we saw 2 stories, Parikshit Maharaj and Narad Muni as well. Then another way of becoming ocean smart is home, if you remember, home example. Intensely praying that Lord Krishna become the home of our thoughts, the home of our energy. And here we come to a very, very practical way given by Lord Krishna himself 500 years ago. He incarnated into this Kali Yuga, and he gave us this process of chanting. And it's a short way that can make us ocean smart and thus enable us to cross over this ocean of material existence. So let us chant this Hare Krishna mantra. It's a short way becoming ocean smart. So first, please repeat this mantra after me, and then we will chant Hare Krishna together. Those of you who are online, While whatever you are doing, even if you are walking or doing something else, but at least with your mouth, please chant with us. Okay, so please repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Let's keep our eyes closed and continue chanting the mantra in our mind 5 times, and then we can slowly open our eyes. Thank you, everyone, for enthusiastically participating. I hope you did not find the session boring. Before we part, we have another class now at 7:40.
Just 20 minutes short.
Yeah, it's a short class, 20 minutes, along with some reading. Before that, would anyone like to share any take-home message for you? Anything that struck with you and you want to remember? By verbalizing it, it helps us fortify our understanding. And it helps us remember the points further. Would anyone like to quickly share? Maybe let's begin with those who are online. Sandhya, G, Elizabeth, or Krutika, would you like to share anything from today's class that resonated well with you?
Hi. I actually like the thought of going home, like our thoughts going home, and the home being Krishna. That's a highlight that I liked it. So I never actually thought in that way. I usually, whenever I do meditation, I used to imagine a light in my heart. So maybe now I can use as Krishna and my thoughts to Krishna. That's what I thought.
Wonderful, yeah. Chanting is a very, very powerful way of meditation as compared to meditating on some wall or some object. So let us please include this process of chanting in our daily practices. Wonderful. Thank you, Sandhya. Anyone else? I think Krutika was also going to share something.
Yeah, hello. Hare Krishna. I really liked how you said that we get entangled in our anxiety when we are pursuing and living in a materialistic world. And the example where Narad Muni says that Hari Katha and talking, having these discussions and getting united with this, with Krishna is one of the way where we can try to alleviate our anxiety. So that was great. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. Yes, anyone else? Elizabeth, did you want to share something? If you are in a position to speak. Okay. Yeah. Your good name?
Nick.
Anay. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
Anay.
was thinking, thinking to add on to what you said. So like with the materialistic things that go on in our head, like what we want, our desires, it not only causes like anxiety, tension, and stress, but also like leaves us yearning for more, right? This concept of there's always I have something, but there's something else I could also have. That concept of just we want more and more and it just never ends. That's another thing like that that's the problem with it, and then it just causes more unhappiness. We keep wanting more. So the best thing to do is just again just give that look. Come back to meditation and chanting and use Krishna as your sense of home. So that sense of same comfort that you get when you come home is hopefully a thing.
Wonderful. Very beautifully explained. Yeah, thank you. Yes, anchoring causes so much misery in living. Even fulfilled anchorings sow the seeds for more future anchorings. Okay, we are running out of time. Quickly, if you would like to add something.
That was not my
Yeah, beautifully summarized everything. By doing that, we become ocean smart and go beyond mere street smartness. Would you like to share something? Any take home message for you? Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, it frees us from the reduction of anxiety is a sort of byproduct. Uh, the main benefit of always thinking of Krishna, chanting his names, is we develop love for him, which is the natural position for us to be in. Your good name? Pradyumna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, now we will move on to our next class plus reading called Bhagavad Kripa Prabhu. He's my teacher. Oh yeah, later, yeah. Now
representatives.
Raghav Kripa Prabhu, he is morning Bhagavatam classes with him.
But this is non-different ones. See, Gita Bhagavatam message is same. Message is same only.
Message is same, but
Yeah.
actually hearing because online I hear, but a lot of people that goes into more of kirtan and bhajan singing speakers suddenly divert and then
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone once again.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So we are going to have 20 minutes reading till 8 o'clock. Then we have here darshan. So those who wish to stay back, please stay back. Om Gyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पार्षदेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So we're reading from this book called Master's Gift. So I'll just share with you the screen. Krishna Varshan, Master's Gift. Yeah. So till where we have discussed Virat Roopa, you just like to remind me.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, the next paragraph is a person may claim something within this world.
Okay.
There, I just heard that this one.
Okay, I think from here. Yeah.
Yes.
A person may claim something within this world to be his property, but that is a false claim. I just want to know whether my voice is clear or is it going?
Clear, Prabhuji.
Exactly, very clear?
Yes.
Okay. So, it is a fact that it is someone's property, but it is God's property. Isha Vasham Idam Sarvam. Pradyumna Prabhu, can you come? You are the intimate member of our family. So, yeah. So therefore it is said that, okay, sorry. Yeah, Isha Vasham Idam Sarvam is God's property. So this does not mean, however, that the property is false. What is false? The claim to the property, which is based upon a popular false consciousness that the individual is the proprietor, the master or God. Everyone desires to be master or proprietor of something, then minister, then president, and then God. When everything else fails, the living entity wants to become God. The tendency is there to want to become the greatest of all. But the fact remains that God is the greatest and the living entity is small compared to Him. The smallest is not false, the greatest is not false. But when the small thinks that he is great, that is false. So I hope you're hearing what I spoke. I hope. So it's very powerful purport, very nice clarity we get about the spiritual truths. So one very clear truth is God and divinity are different. God and divinity are not one. You know. So there are three types of people you can say. What Srimad Bhagavatam also tells. The one kind of person is called Adham. Then second is called Madhyam. And third is called Uttam. So Adham are those who think that they are not different from God. They think that temporary designations are there for divinities. God is free from all designations. And when we get free from all designations, in terms of our caste, color, creed, nation, whatever, so then we become God. Then we actually become God. That's what we think. It's called Adham. That is the lowest. And then there are Madhyam people. They cannot ascertain the form of the Lord properly. Who is the God and how he looks like, what are attributes. They may not know much, but at least they believe that there is someone superior. There is some supreme, and everyone is controlled by him. Everything is, all activities in this world are controlled by him. So that is mediocre kind of people. And the highest transcendentalists are those who have very great clarity that I am different from God. I mean, one with quality in terms of I am also spirit, I am spirit soul, but I am part and parcel of God. I am not equal in God in quantity. No. God is Vibhu, I am Anu. I am infinitesimal, God is infinite. So that understanding is there, and he is not something impersonal, he has a transcendental form. He is having his transcendental attributes, qualities, form, pastimes, which are real in nature, which are eternal in nature, and which are blissful all the time. So that is the understanding which a devotee has, that God is not something impersonal, he is a person. Just like I am a person, you are a person, he is also a person, but he is supreme person. And this person is, and he is not having any limitations. He can simultaneously be present in all the places. That's possible. And he can very intimately have that relationship with everyone simultaneously. You may be having pastime with one person, like when Krishna would have pastime with Gopals, cowherd boys. So every Gopal would think that Krishna is only with me. So that's how God can simultaneously be present in all the way. Like He is present in our heart also. Ishvara Sarva Bhutana Videshu Ardhana Tishta. Sarvasyaham Hridhi Sannivishtu. There's so many verses in Bhagavad Gita. It's talking about how Lord is in the heart of every living. So same Lord is present in my heart, your heart, Anna Prabhu's heart, everyone's heart. But He is very, very personal and intimate to all of us. Very, very personal. Like you have your parents, right? Very personal relationship. Same way other child also feels they have very personal relationship with the parents. Only thing our parents are not able to expand themselves. But Lord actually expands also. He can expand and He can have that feeling of, He can give that feeling to everyone that I am completely with you. So this is how the Lord is amazing. This we cannot do that. For us it is difficult because we are small part and parcels of God. So the point is, the Lord is someone who is the supreme, and he's having a transcendental form, he has transcendental attributes. So and everything belongs to Him, as he's telling here. Everything belongs to Him. Vishavashamitam Sarvam. So what is actually the problem with the impersonalists or Mayavadis? They consider this whole world itself as illusion. So this world is not illusion. Thinking this world to be permanent, thinking this world to be all in all, thinking this world to be the source of my happiness is actually illusion. So thinking this world to be hotel is illusion. This world is not a hotel. This world is a hospital. So what do you think? In hotel, what is the mood of the person? Just trying to pass or enjoy. Just get the menu, feed me. You understand? That's how the mood is. But and you can have the menu of your choice. You just want whatever you want, you can get it. But actually, this world is like a hospital. You want something? I'm sorry, but we are having Gita class now. Sorry to disappoint you. And you are most welcome to attend this class. If you don't mind at all. If at all you mind, then not. But if you don't mind, thank you. This is a darshan through ears. Then you can have darshan through eyes. Right? So, what I was saying? Can you remind me, Anand Prabhu?
Like this is not a hotel.
Yeah. So hospital, we have a mood to recover. So in our life right now, all of us have got this temporary mental bodies, and we find ourselves that we have certain homework to do. Like we have certain viruses in us, like the lust, anger, greed, pride, envy. There's so many viruses. So some or other, we are able to understand at least our awkward position that we are diseased. It's called Bhava Roga. I think last class Shivasan was talking about crossing over this ocean of birth and death. It's called Bhava Sagar. So why it is called Bhava Sagar? Bhava means to happen again and again. Bhava. Bhavati. Bhava, which happens again and again. What happens again and again? Birth and death. Birth and death. Birth and death. That is what is happening again and again. So Bhava Sagar, that means the ocean of birth and death. So everybody here is just trapped in a cycle of birth and death. So ocean of birth and death. It's very difficult to cross. And Bhava Roga. So what Roga we have got, because of which we are again put in cycle of birth and death, is called Bhava Roga. So that Bhava Roga is actually the root cause for our getting into this trap of repeated birth and death. And that Bhava Roga is mainly due to avidya, ignorance. And because of that, we get into all these different traps of lust, anger, greed, pride, and envy. That's why scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they give us transcendental knowledge, Divyagyan. Divyagyan is Prakashita. Prem Bhakti jahan hote, avidya vinash ho jayate. So when there is a transcendental knowledge, then there is love, and then there is a devotion, and then all ignorance is dissipated. So that's what happens by coming to Krishna consciousness. That we get with great clarity, we can understand our position and we can cross over the cycle of birth and death. So this is like a hospital. It's like a hospital because we can take medicine of chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, And we have certain diet prescription. That's how we also follow certain rules and regulations. And then, and we have a doctor, right? Doctor is like a guru, right? And then we have certain assistants like nurses and also they're like senior devotees who are helping us, right? And we also get encouragement by them, and then sometimes we are also given some kind of some facilities by which we can practice, when we can treat ourselves good. So that's how temple is a facility where we can treat ourselves very nicely. We have very good unit care, unit care, care unit. Like devotees are there around and doctor is available. And you can always go and consult like that. So this world should be seen that. You getting this point? Yeah. So then we can purify ourselves. So now the disease of the divinity is also what he's telling here, that we. So what is the illusion? Illusion is to think this world as a source of enjoyment, or to think that this is going to be with me permanently. This world and the things of this world, my body, my job, my relatives, my friends. Somehow one has that feeling that I'm not going to lose it. We may know it, but somehow we just become very attached to all of that, thinking that this is all in all, and this is going to give me eternal happiness. This is going to make me happy, and this is going to remain with me. This is what we think, but without, I mean, even though we may expect like that, but sooner or later we will find that that doesn't work this way. So one thing is that they are temporary. Things will go away. Things will be snatched away from us. And second thing is, even in that temporary connections with things of this world, we also don't find it true happiness. It is not that fulfilling also. Even if person goes for all of them, but eventually he finds not that fulfillment. That's why he feels empty, emptiness within his heart. But when he understands that everything belongs to the Lord, and when he understands that, oh, he's my master, he's my supreme father, he's my object of love and shelter, and he starts worshipping him, starts obeying him, starts loving him, awakening love for him, and gets a reciprocation of love with him, then he finds true happiness, true satisfaction. That's what happens. So he's telling that illusion is basically think this world as permanent. That is illusion. So God is there, divinity is there, but we think and everything belongs to the Lord. But if we falsely claim this world as my own world, this is my property, this world to be, I am the owner of this, I am the owner of certain property. So that is illusion. The devotee does not falsely claim anything in this world, because everything he offers to Lord. He knows everything belongs to Lord, and everything he utilizes in the service of the Lord. So that's how the devotee is not in illusion. Like suppose you go to company, you may have your cabin, you may have computer, you may have certain snacks, some coffee, whatever you may want. You may have some nice room where you can meditate also. Nowadays they put something, or you can take rest also. But anything belongs to you? No. It's all companies, correct? So if you are aware of that and you utilize that so that you are good and fresh, healthy in company, so that you can work, for the purpose of company. No problem, absolutely no problem. Correct? But so suppose you forget that it's all does not belong to the company. You think this is mine. Immediately people will say, you say that this room is mine, and you shift your family members also there. Something like that. You don't allow others to come or something. So that becomes a problem. The company fellow has to really, give you some good warnings. Or he may have to suspend you or put some fine on you or something. Some kind of punishment is going to come. So same way in this world, we can live very happy. But we have to be conscious of the Lord. It belongs to the Lord. So let me live in this world for His purpose, for His satisfaction. And Lord is not also somebody who is so far from us. He is the closest relative. He is more loving and caring than our own parents, actually. Because it is said that in Dhruva Maharaj's section that the Dhruva Maharaj's mother, she told, I can give you what I love, but Lord has love of millions of us. Because whatever the love we find in our parents and friends and relatives and siblings, whatever they may have some affection, that affection is nothing but a tiny part of the original affection that Lord has for us. Because He only has kept that. And of course, that is a mutual platform. But the point is that Lord has all love and affection. So he never wants His sons to be bereft of anything. Yeah, please come. Yeah. You will get 2 minutes of Bhagavad Gita class. So you're getting this point. So that's what. So devotee never claims anything of this. But at the same time, Lord can give devotee that, okay, this is all yours. Why? Because he doesn't claim anything. See, this is the beauty of this wonderful selfless relationship. Everything belongs to Lord. If you see, in truth, and devotee does not claim anything. He says, Lord, I am actually having nothing. Everything belongs to you, and I'll just serve you. I just want to satisfy you. But Lord becomes sold out servant of such a devotee. So Lord becomes the property of that devotee. You see. So this is amazing. Like Krishna becomes the property of Mother Yashoda. Krishna became the doorkeeper of Bali Maharaj. See, so Bali Maharaj offered everything to Krishna, to Vaman. Oh Lord, it's everything yours. The third step, he told you can put on my head, right? We know that past. So Bali Maharaj apparently lost everything. It is not lost. He knows that everything belongs to Krishna. He just offered it back to Krishna. But what did he get? Lord became his property. This man. And the Lord became his doorkeeper. You see? So this is the beauty of love. So you get conquered by each other in love. This is what happens between Lord and his devotees. So anyway, so we are small, God is great. And when we think that I am God, when we want to compete with God, so that is illusion, that is illusion. That is not proper. We claim the property, we claim that I am owner, I am proprietor, eventually I want to be God only. So that kind of mentality is actually coming out of envy. We want to compete with God. But devotee does not want to compete with God. Why should we? A good son will not try to compete with father or mother. Rather, a good son will be happy, to remain situated as a loving son, and become dear to his parents, and that's how he'll be happy. So there is no need to become, competitor of parents. Son knows that I am most happy in my situation. So we are also most happy when we realize that I am, a wonderful, nice, dear servant, part and parcel of God. So that gives us full satisfaction. So devotee is not having any kind of feeling of, yo, I have to become God, or I have to compete with God, because it's fully satisfied in his situation. It's fully satisfied. There's no competition at all. And you see, even in spiritual also, the Lord also wants to serve his devotees. And we see, like I just told you, Arjuna, Krishna is wanting to serve Arjuna, is becoming a chariot driver. Krishna is washing the feet of Sudama, right? So Krishna is actually giving up his so-called mastership role, and he's simply becoming servant of his devotees. So this is what Krishna is also trying to do. Just see, And we are actually servants. They are actually part of us. We could have easily just served Krishna and be very happy and satisfied. But we want to become master, you see. Actual joy is in being loved with Krishna and serving and pleasing. And pleasing. That is the actual joy of that. So actual joy is in serving, actually speaking, truly speaking. So Krishna also derives joy by reciprocating with the love and service of his devotees. So he also becomes happy by serving his devotees. There is nothing, no other business Krishna. Why Krishna allows the devotees to serve him? Because just to enhance the pleasure of the devotee. Krishna knows that the devotees will be happy. And Krishna himself hankers to serve devotees. Because that way Krishna becomes happy, you see. So real happiness lies in service. So Lord is teaching by his own example, you see. So why should we give up this wonderful position of being servants of Krishna, servants of Lord, and just be engaged in his loving service? That's how we become truly happy and satisfied. So devotee, because he tastes that real happiness, that's why he doesn't want to claim himself the proprietor of anything or become God or compete with God. He does not want to. This is wonderful nature of God in his devotees. Okay, any reflection you would like to have? Anyone? Prakash Gyan.
So many examples there are in different countries like the devotees. For example, if we offer ourselves offering to we receive perfect
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we have to release that possessiveness over material things, because then it becomes the illusion of this is mine. Like this, it's like mine, but it's actually all.
Yeah.
We're caught up in that illusion of possessiveness.
Yes. And we don't lose. We don't lose.
Yeah.
Rather, by offering to Krishna, we become good. Right? Because everything belongs to Krishna. When you offer to Krishna, you become good. You don't lose. Rather, you get Krishna's favor. Krishna becomes so pleased. Oh, you're a good son. You're a good person. It's very simple. Like if you go to someone's house and you recognize it's his house. If you go to his house and you think everything is mine, what is this? You go to a company and think that this is my company. It's too much. This is my property. You think this mentality itself is so displeasing. It's not that God is having any miserliness. It does not want to give you. It doesn't want you to take everything off. As a father wants his son to take everything off. Father does not think that nothing separate from my son. Everything. Krishna wants to give us everything. But the point is this: our mentality of this mischievous mentality of trying to usurp the property of God and try to become independent enjoyer and be naughty like that. That is something that God is not very happy with. You getting this point? And such a devotee who actually has this consciousness that everything belongs to God and he offers everything, serves the Lord with that understanding, so that the Lord becomes his property. Anybody else would like to say anything? Okay. So I think now we'll have Kirtan for 10 minutes and then okay. So online those who are, you can also be part of the Kirtan if you are having time. If you are going to give your darshan. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare